Hmm.
So how are you anyway, my friend?
I've been doing well. How about you?
Well, I can't complain. I can't complain. So
Great.
have been
Same.
working hard.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Lately, I've been working a lot.
Right, right, right.
Still doing truck driving and stuff.
Yes, yes. So tell me, my friend, tell me about you live in California, don't you?
See. All right. See.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
about California?
Um, California. I live in the northern part of Well, not northern, but the central part, what they call the Central Valley.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's comprised of like a lot of different districts. But if you've heard of San Francisco,
Okay,
or like
cool.
San Jose. I'm about 3 hours away from San Francisco, so I'm like
I
dead
see, I see.
dead in the middle of California.
Okay, cool. So tell me, so how's life in the United States, man? Can you explain? Because many people they have this kind of the feeling to move on to go on to another country. Yeah. So how's life in the United States? How is it like for
I would
I
say,
mean for a migrant, not for Americans like you, but for for someone who is from another country and they want to go to America.
I would say there's a lot of benefits for immigrants from other countries to come here. They're actually incentivized to come here, and what I mean is it's usually easier for like immigrants to get like business loans, like small business loans, and stuff like that. But as far as like everyday life, I know it can be like if you don't have like social security number and stuff like that, it could be difficult if it's not like legit, or if things are not on the up and up. It could prove to be a little troublesome, but I mean you can still make it, because
Mm, I see.
there's a lot of Mexicans that are living here in California, that are not citizens of the U.S., but they still manage to work. What they call under the table, which is like they don't have social security numbers. So what a lot of times they do, they may be working somewhere as a dishwasher or working in a restaurant, and they're getting paid like cash, like dollars, but it's not on the actual payroll because they're not a citizen. So you can get by, and you can still have a great life here. But it just depends on where you are, what you're into, who and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it should be very hard for someone, for example, if they don't have a papers, visa, something like that, so they have to cross the river. Is that right?
Yeah. Um, that I know, Border Patrol and like Homeland Security, like, they're always cracking down on that stuff, and they're always trying to, like, I guess I would say mitigate, or maybe
Mm.
mitigate's not the right word, but they're always trying to, like,
To prevent people from going to America. I
yeah,
see.
illegally. Yeah, illegally, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you got your papers and stuff, then you're good. But I mean, people make it here all the time, and they don't have papers.
Right. Right. And many, sometimes they say, I know it's in Spanish, it's called coyote. Yeah.
Coyote. I'm not
Coyote is
familiar with the thing.
yeah, someone who takes people from Mexico to the United States. They help people to cross the border, whether
Yeah, yeah, they
by
do.
the river or on the road. They try to get people inside the United States. So in Spanish, they call it coyote, like fox, something
Coyote.
like that.
Oh, coyote. Yeah, yeah. Um, I've never heard that term. I know what you're talking about, but I've never heard that term used. I didn't know that's what those people were called.
Right, right. So you have been to Brazil, haven't you?
Yes, I've been quite a few times.
Yeah. So I'd like you to share your experiences. For example, when you came to Brazil? So it was what we expected. So or expect something different? Could you tell us your experience, please?
Yeah. So the very first time I got to come to Brazil was in April 2008 because I used to be in the Navy, and that was like the very first port that my ship visited. Um, I always wanted to go to Brazil as a teenager because I was, always. This is gonna sound really typical, but I was always fascinated with, Latino women and all that kind of stuff. Uh, and that fascination kind of came in my early or my late teen years. So I always wanted to visit Brazil and like, Puerto Rico and other stuff like that. But yeah, 2000 April 2008 was the first time I ever stepped foot in Rio. Um, and I'd say my experience is pretty good.
And how long had you stayed for the first time here? How long?
For for the very first time, it was 5 days.
Okay. So you came, well, okay, so you were in the Navy, yes?
Yep.
Was it a kind of mission coming to Brazil?
No, there was no actual like mission or anything that we were doing down there that I remember of. But it was just a stop along the way because the boat we were going to Japan. That was our home port, and we left the East Coast, Virginia, and we came down around the Horn of South America, but we stopped in Brazil first.
Right, right. So did you try any food?
Ah man,
Let's
back
start with food
then,
first, yeah? Mhm.
yeah, back then, I don't remember what I ate, but I do remember drinking caipirinhas.
Okay, that's the famous one, caipirinha. Yeah, not
Yes,
caip vodka, because people sometimes they drink. I don't know if you have heard about this caip vodka.
yeah,
So
I've
instead of
heard of
using
capicola.
cachaça, yes. So they
Hmm.
use the vodka, but I think people prefer caipirinha with cachaça, not vodka.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Right, right. You know, if you go to, there are some places in Brazil such as Paraty. I've been to Paraty; it's a very nice place, and they serve different kinds of caipirinha. They mixed, for example, chocolate. They mixed mint. They
Wow,
mix everything in a caipirinha. So it's something different. You should try
wow, that sounds amazing.
because you love caipirinha, don't you? I don't drink. Yeah, I like wine, but I don't drink. But I think you should try. It's called Jorge Amado.
Jorge Amado.
Yeah, Jorge Amado. For example, they get for example, cachaça. Yeah, and they add
Hmm.
cinnamon. And also they add something else. I think passion fruit. Yeah, passion
Oh
fruit.
wow.
Yeah, maracujá. We call it in Portuguese maracujá, but in English it's passion fruit.
Ah, okay,
I'm not
okay.
sure if it's popular. Is it popular in America, passion fruit?
It is. It is very, very popular.
Right, right. So tell me, how's the weather right now? Here it's been very
Uh,
hot, you know.
Here is the opposite. It's really cold here. It's nice and warm during the day. I don't know. I can't remember the translation from Celsius to Fahrenheit, but in Fahrenheit degrees, it's probably about um, mid 50s, low 60s, which is barely warm. But at
Right,
night, it gets really cold. So from about November to I'd say about May are the cold months.
right. So if you let's compare now the weather in the United States and Brazil. So when you came to Brazil, so how did you cope with the weather? Tell us, please.
Um, it wasn't really any coping. I mean, honestly, like it was just kind of like, oh, the weather feels nice here. Like it wasn't like too hot or too cold. It was
Mhm.
like just right.
Yeah, but when you came here, was it summertime or winter? Because sometimes it can be if you come on winter time, yeah, in winter, so it's not that hot, so it's something that you can survive. But if you come here in December, January, my friend, for you, who is American, would be very, very hot.
Yeah, I know my recent visits that I came to Rio like in 2020, well, pretty much all of 2021. Um, I came in June, and then I came back again in October. Well, actually, I came in February, and then I came again in June, and then I came again in October of 2021. And I remember it being pretty warm there in
Mhm.
February. Back in February, it was really warm.
Yeah, warm here. Many people they don't know, for example, the terms warm because or could be hot or cold. So warm is something between. For example, unto 25 degrees Celsius, which is our measurement here. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
warm. After 25 degrees, it's hot. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
yeah. So now, Ken, can you tell us because you came to Brazil? So can you tell us about the food?
Yeah. Food. When I went to I was also in Sao Paulo, and a buddy of mine he took me to like a Brazilian buffet, and I had like fresh squeezed orange juice, and the food. I remember the food being really like flavorful, and I had to eat less to get full because food's all natural and not packed full of preservatives like all the food here in America.
Mm-hmm.
I ate I can't remember. I tried this. It's like a potato. Um, I can't remember the name, the actual
Was this
name of
mashed
it.
potato or something like that? Mashed potato?
Something like that. I can't remember the actual like Brazilian name for it. Maybe I'll think of it later. But
Does it
yeah,
have meat on it? Meat?
no, it's
Only
kind of like
potato.
a root. It's kind of like a root. Um, um, I'm drawing a blank right now. Uh,
Like a root. Aipim.
mm, nah, it wasn't that.
No.
No. Maybe I'll think of it later. I remember like trying for Rafa, the traditional
Oh,
beans.
farofa with, I know flour. Yeah, fried flour, something like that.
Yeah. Um, I'll eat for Rafa, with the beans and the rice, but like
Ah,
I
okay.
just I just didn't like the texture of for Rafa because it kind of forgive me, but like the texture is kind of like sand
Yes, I know
or
what you mean.
something like that. But it's I
I know
mean
what you mean.
I mean I'll still eat it, you know what I'm saying? But it's not not my favorite choice. But you know,
Okay, okay.
if I'm in someone's home and that's what they're serving, that's what I'm eating.
Yes. So, okay. So, do you remember any words in Portuguese that because you learned Portuguese a little bit with me? Yeah. So, I thought you
See,
Portuguese, didn't I? So, do you
yes,
remember?
yes.
Do you remember any words in Portuguese? Do you still remember?
Yeah, I remember. I remember like a bunch of random words like uh ops um opções or like options. Is that how you say options?
I think I didn't teach you well. I, c-
It wasn't that.
I can't
It's been
understand.
a
Could you
while.
try again, please? I beg your pardon. Could you try again?
Um, op. Let's see. Opções? Like options or opção?
You're cracking up. You're cracking up your
Uh,
voice.
uh, Viajar, travel.
Okay, viajar. Okay, viajar. What about greetings?
Greeting. Oi, meu nome é Kenny.
Ah, there we go. There you go. My
Um,
name, yeah, meu nome é Ken. Boa noite. E aí?
yes.
E
E
aí is
aí,
the
mano?
classic one. E aí? Yeah.
It's like, hey, what's up? What's up?
Yes, yes. Exactly, exactly, exactly. Can you tell us about your something funny that happened to you in Brazil when you came here for the last time? Something
Um,
funny that you can share with us.
yeah. So me and well, you know, Sarah, one of your former students, we were out, I think, over by we're in Ipanema, and we
Okay.
were, sitting outside on a rock, like like smoking or whatever. And the cop, police officer, he walked up and he was like, I couldn't understand what he was saying, but he was just like, "You guys are not supposed to be smoking," and he kind of like gave us a break and like let us go or whatever. But he asked to see like both of our IDs, and I was just like, kind of like, oh man, like what's about to happen? But nothing happened, and he let us go.
So
But he just
basically, he
told,
asked your ID, yes? For ID.
see,
Is that correct?
yes.
Ah, okay. And then what happened after this?
Uh, nothing really happened after that. We just kind of like laughed about it because she was like kind of teasing me because like she was like, "You look like you were scared," and I'm like, "No, I was actually cool about it." But I'm thinking like, man, like we don't get in trouble for this because I don't want to
Wow.
get in trouble as a foreigner in another country for smoking out in public.
Right, right. Okay. So, man, tell me a little bit more about, for example, are you planning to coming back to Brazil to visit some friends you have here? So, what are your plans?
Yeah, I definitely do want to come back. Um, it's been like a goal of mine to actually get back because, like I said, last time I was there was October 2021, and just haven't been able to make it back since. But one other friend that I had there, um, he was living in Sao Paulo, but he moved to Portugal. So
Oh, I see.
you and Sarah are the only people that I actually know that are there in Rio. You know what I'm saying? So
When you
eventually,
come
I
here, man,
definitely will.
for sure, we can hang out. It's no problem.
Of course, of
Yeah, for
course.
sure, you can hang out. You know what I mean? Yes. So remember, for example, you should go. I talked to you about Paraty. Remember, I've been to Paraty for the second time, and that's the second time I've been there. So
Mm-hmm.
man, it was really nice. Every time when you go there, you something new to visit, new places, new islands. Yeah, it's for very reasonable price. It's not expensive, and you have a nice like, for example, nightlife there. You can go to restaurants. Yeah, you go to the
Mm-hmm.
beaches. You go to the waterfalls. Yes, it's a nice place to go. It's not expensive. Yeah, it's a really nice place. Great food, great entertainment. For example, they have some kind of gigs. Gigs, yeah, do you know what I mean? I say gig.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so people singing, not famous singers, but people try to entertain the audience.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice place to visit, man. So when you come to Brazil, make sure you go to Paraty. It's a really nice place. You can, for example, book a lot of places like Inn. Inn. When I
Yes.
say Inn, yes, Inn. You can book it for 5 days, a week. It's a very nice place, very safe place, and really nice. I think you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
You're
It
gonna like
sounds
it,
like
man.
something. Sounds like an area I don't want to be in.
Yes, yeah. So, Ken, my friend, I think thank you for your time. Yes, for your interview. Would you like to say something? Like to add something? Because for example, many people they dream about moving to the United States. What would you say to people who want to go to America?
I'll first say that I know like there's a lot of Americans that live here. Um, they want to, they want to get out and they want to go to other countries, but like, and then people from like maybe from Brazil, they may want to get out of their country and they want to come here. And it's kind of like the other side doesn't see the other side. But I encourage people that do want to um, transition from Brazil to the U.S. Just take a good look at political things that are going on here. Take a good look at like some of the cultures and the customs, and hopefully that can better like aid them um, in the decision making process, um, to see if it's something that they actually want to do. Because like I said, many people
Is
they
it
do want to
happening
get
all
away.
over?
Yeah, I mean, people also want to get out of here. A lot of people want to go to Brazil. Um,
Really?
yes,
Talking about Americans?
yes, many Americans, yes.
Really?
Um, yeah, it's a I would say it's a small minority, because there's this might be like off topic just a little bit, but I'll bring it back. Um, like the dating scene in here in America is not good, and a lot of guys are upset and they want to like travel and go other places. And Brazil is one of those places for a lot of American men per se, that want to travel there and they want to go and live there for women, cheaper cost of living, etc. Um, and I figure there's maybe some people that are coming from Brazil that want to do the same here in America too. But I just urge those folks to like have a bird's eye view and don't just focus on like one aspect. You got to look at everything as a whole
Yes.
before you make
I got it.
a life changing decision like that.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. So, Ken, my friend, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate your time. Yes. So I hope one day we can make another video like that.
Of course we can.
Okay. So take care. Take care of yourself. Yes. Have a great evening. See you, man. Thank
See you,
you.
brother. Nice talking
Bye
with you.
bye. Bye bye.
All right, bye bye.